And now I'd ask that you join us with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Romulus Girl Scouts Troop 77488 and 77984.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now if you'll join me in welcoming to the stage our own Romulus High School student, Anasia Foreman, who's going to sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we've held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner for the land of the free and the home of the
brave. That was beautiful, thank you. At this time, I would like to recognize some of our elected officials and community representatives that have joined us here this evening. Yes, you may be seated. Thank you. I'd like to start with the City of Romulus elected officials. First off is our City Treasurer, Stacy Page. City Clerk, Ellen Craig Bragg. Councilwoman Celeste Roscoe. Councilwoman Kathy Abdo. Councilwoman Tina Talley. Councilman Bill Wadsworth. Councilman Harry Kraut. Councilman David Jones. From our 34th District Court, I'd like to recognize our Chief Judge, Brian Oakley. From our Romulus Board of Education, I'd like to recognize Darcel Davis, as well as Ursula Rogers. From our state senator's office, Darren Camilleri. And I apologize, we also have a representative here from Reggie Miller's office today, and I'm sorry I don't have the name, but I do apologize, but thank you for being here. From the City of Taylor, Mayor Tim Woolley. City of Westland Deputy Mayor Jim Godbout. Van Buren Township Supervisor Kevin McNamara. Okay, and at this time, I'd also like to just thank all of our boards and commission members. If you are a City of Romulus Board of Commission member that is here this evening with us, if you would just please stand, we'd like to recognize you as well. Thank you. Oh, and I apologize, I missed one other. We have Victoria Houston here from the Governor's Office. And if I've missed anyone in error, I do apologize, but thank you for being here this afternoon. At this time, if you would join me, I'd like to call to this stage our own Reverend Arthur Willis, who's going to provide the invocation.
Let us pray. God of Abraham, God of Isaac, God of Jacob, we come once again, first of all, just to say thank you. Thank you for your amazing grace. Thank you, Lord, that you have blessed this city in so many ways. Thank you, Father, for also blessing the school system. Thank you for the camaraderie and the schools and the city has gone together. We thank you for that. We thank you, Father, that you're going to do some wonderful things this upcoming year. We thank you for what you've already done, and we know, Lord, that best is still yet to come. When we come together on one accord, one Romulus, there's so many things we can do. And Father, we thank you because you're at lead of all of that. Continue to bless this mayor with wisdom. Continue to take care of his health, take care of his family. Continue to bless this superintendent with wisdom and take care of his health, take care of his family. When the city is healthy, the schools are healthy, the city of Romulus will be healthy. Father, we thank you for this time. Keep them and bless this mayor, bless his superintendent, and give him more wisdom to lead us forward. Bless his staff. They work so hard. Bless the staff of the school that work so hard. And then, Lord, we ask you to continue to bless the residents and the businesses for this great city of Romulus we live in. We're so grateful. We give you praise for it. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. It is a real blessing to me that I have an honor. It wasn't supposed to on program for me to do this, but God saw fit for me to be able to do this. I've always wanted to introduce the mayor. And I've never been able to do that over all these years, so I get a chance to introduce the mayor, so I feel like I'm somebody special. Because I can get a chance to introduce the mayor. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with honor. If you don't mind standing, let's stand as we receive the great mayor of this great city of Romulus. Come on, let's sing it for our mayor.
Thank you for that great introduction, Pastor Wilson. Thank you for being such a big integral part in our community. You're always there, always for us, and you've been a big time person in this community way before you got to introduce me. So, thank you for filling in there. We're going to go ahead and get started tonight. This is always tough for me because there's so much going on in this community. I'm so passionate about what we're doing here, and I want to talk about all of it, but there's so much work hits the cutting room floor, but we always try to shoot for that hour. We want to get in and out of here in an hour. We got you in comfy seats. We gave you some food, so buckle in for a minute. We're going to talk about some of our challenges in this community, some of our wins, and some of our way forward. So I'm excited about a lot of the things we got working on here today, and I'm going to get going into the presentation. Unity is a strength. When there's a teamwork and collaboration, wonderful things can be achieved. And I say that quote because we got such a good team of elected officials right now working for us in this community. And I watch other communities and I see the struggle that goes on at council meetings and in their progress. If you think developers and homeowners don't look at those things on YouTube and watch those, and before they make a decision on where they're going to invest, you're crazy, because they do watch. So I'm fortunate that we do have a council and our elected officials that we can work with, and we'll air out our differences behind closed doors, but when we need to be at the council meeting, we need to be on the same page. So I'm thankful for the elected officials we got and for working for the betterment of this community. So give them a round of applause, you guys. also want to take a minute and acknowledge a passing of another one of our community leaders. Last year we lost another one in Councilwoman Virginia Williams. So just a quick moment of silence for her, please. Thank you. So the Romulus story, the gateway to Michigan, we keep talking about it right now. We kind of rebranded things. We don't talk about the gateway to the world because that means you're leaving here. We talk about the gateway to Michigan because you're going to land here. 30 million people annually come through that airport, and the first impression of Michigan is Romulus. So we're going to keep talking about that because it's helping us to raise our level of expectations in this community. The importance and significance of having relationships with our key legislators up in Lansing. And you see a few of the meetings we've had, we're going to keep working with them to tell them that initiative and to tell them the Romulus story, because if we allow somebody else to tell that story, they're going to get it wrong. Nobody knows our story like we know our story. So it's important to keep telling our story to our key legislators and the people who could make things happen for us in Lansing. This is a quick photo of us testifying up about the environmental issues that we have going on with the radioactive waste right now, but it's important to be heard, so when they call, we're going to answer and get up there. CWW, these are different groups that we have in organizations. And also SEMCOG and DCC, we're a member because it strengthens our voice. We're going to be a lot louder if there's 10 of us in the room rather than just one of us. We don't stand alone, we develop and grow as a region, so it's important to increase our standing in these communities as well. A lot of times you see a state of the city or a state of the county or a state of the state, they talk about rainbows and unicorns and all the things that you're going to work on, but they glance over some of the key challenges. So we want to share that. We want to be open and transparent. Some of these things we found solutions for, some of them we haven't. But we're going to be transparent. We're going to talk about them, talk about some of the issues so you understand as residents as well. First one we have up here, the hazardous radioactive waste. Act 51 calculation for road funding. Obviously, we still haven't fixed our roads yet. We're still working on that. State revenue sharing calculation, population growth, attracting residential growth, reinvigorating our downtown, public safety personnel, and also 34 court district funding, which is a state issue, not just a Romulus issue. So we want to continue to talk about that, bring in smart people, and have solutions for these issues. Quick update on the hazardous radioactive waste. You've heard about the radioactive waste coming in from New York. We work together with Van Buren, Canton Township, Wayne County, and Belleville. Filed a lawsuit. We stopped the stuff coming in from New York. Temporary right now, we're still working on that. Act 51 distribution. Just a quick calculation we put to sum it up for people so they understand. Comparison with lane miles and population divides up how you get money for your roads. So if you look at this other community, same lane miles in Romulus, population of 65,000, we have 25,000. And with that calculation, it puts about $3.5 million for us to put into our roads annually, and the other community gets over $7 million. So it's something we need to address. Still a good bargain for your buck. Still fourth lowest in Wayne County, and 30 cents of every tax dollars goes into municipal operations. Just a quick comparison too about the airport. We talk about the DTW and the numbers that it generates. Quick comparison is the second largest airport in Michigan. 36 million travelers annually in 2022, 1.7 through Gerald Ford. City of Romulus has about 25,000 people. City of Grand Rapids has 600,000. So 600,000 people are sharing the burden, the tax burden, to support services that support that airport. And if you look at the tax dollars and the workload, it's not even close. 4 million travelers in the holiday season alone went through DTW, 1.7 through Gerald Ford. Again, those are issues. We're not complaining about the airport. We want to make sure we let Lansing know what the issues are surrounding that airport. 34 District Court projections, you see right here. We watch these trains, we fly spec them all the time. We saw what the issues were. We made some adjustments. We worked closely with Belleville, Van Buren, Huron, the airport, Van Buren, also the court, to find solutions for issues. And you can see right here, this is what gives you gray hair, these red lines. But as we keep working together to find solutions, the red line goes away and we're up at the yellow in June. I have to acknowledge the First Lady. I'm going to steal this idea from the county executive. We always do something right here and we acknowledge those close to us at the end of the presentation. But I just shared some heartburn that most community leaders have. And if you don't know the rigors of these jobs, if you haven't sat in these seats, so I wanted to share and bring her up real quick and acknowledge her. Come on, babe. Because she shares the burden with. If you're in these positions and you're trying to make a difference, it's a 24-hour job, and there's no doubt about it. And that doesn't affect anybody more than my wife, Kendra. So give her another round of applause. Thank you for all your patience and all you do. But she gets to hear the heartburn and the issues all the time, so it definitely affects us. You also picture of the first puppy of Romulus right there. Talent wins games, but teamwork wins championships. That's a good quote, even though it's Michael Jordan, and all of us from Detroit, we're not big fans of Michael Jordan, but it's a great quote because we talk about a team dynamic and how we get wins and how we move this community forward working together. This is my accountability team. We named it that because every week they're accountable to me and each other in that room about the tasks that we've gotten taken care of. So once a quarter, we meet and we talk about the key issues in this community, and we don't leave until we found solutions and we found direction to make repairs. We identify, we discuss, and we solve. So it's an all-day meeting. It's a great meeting, and we come up with a lot of different initiatives out of there. We made Steve attend on his birthday here, Susan. And those are long, hard meetings. And there's tears in those meetings sometimes, and there's some laughter in that meeting, but there's good, hard work, and most of all, there's results. First quarter goals, I'm not going to read all of these. From 2022 to 2023 to 2024, those are the goals that the team set, from working with public safety to retainment to infrastructure issues, to key issues, to balancing the budget, and working to move the city forward. And those are all the goals on top of their daily responsibilities. That doesn't mean that Chief Faunus gets to work on something different. He has to take care of his job responsibilities as well as these tasks that were assigned by the team. First term, 84% complete, so that's a B or better, they always said, right? So 102 in total, so give that team a round of applause for getting some work done. That's a practice that we adopted under Mayor Burcroft. It came from the business world, and it's really stripped down, and it's really just about accountability, transparency, and good, honest conversations. It's how you move things forward and get things done. So great work by that team. The visioning process. We did the visioning process in 2021. We wanted to get our direction for where Romulus wanted to be from the residents, not just my vision, not just my administration. We want to hear from the residents. So we stick to this. So when those meetings come around, we make sure that our directives and our goals suit the 5 pillars that were most important to our residents. The One Romulus initiative, the geographic advantage, neighborhood areas and corridors, thriving families, workforce. So you see the We Are One Romulus hats and the logo, the branding you'll see we got out there right now. But it's more than that. It's more than a mindset too. We want to let everybody know that we are One Romulus. Community events, bring everybody together. We got Sounds in the Downtown, or our district rather. Great Juneteenth event, Easter egg hunt, the Curling Royale. Good community events that bring us all together. We heard over and over through the campaign, we never heard about these things. So we started doing these One Romulus meetings. We made the promises, and we're still here doing it. We didn't want to call them town halls because it seemed kind of cliche. We wanted to call them One Romulus meetings because we want to have that unification atmosphere, a conversation with neighbors. You might ask questions and not like the answer I give you, but it's going to be an honest and open answer. We're not going to hide anything here. Just a quick clip of the One Romulus meetings we continue to have. We heard it time and time again through the campaign. I didn't know about that. I never heard. Nobody comes to my side of town. So we intentionally take that meeting into every corner. We've been doing it for over 3 years now. We're continuing to do that to make it easy for residents to come out and interact. And it's not a political thing. It's just about a conversation with friends, like we said in the video, talking over a fence and figuring out how to get things done, sharing information. Another thing for the One Romulus initiative, our building department, not just out there writing tickets, not just cleaning up some things. They ran into a couple issues with property owners in the city who didn't have the means to make repairs, so they found creative solutions. I was really proud of the guys for doing this on their own, and they came up with this program they called Our Neighborhood Solutions. So they went on their own time and used their resources and their relationships to help take care of these houses for these residents who didn't have means of effective repairs. You know, Judge Oakley, you and I have talked about it a lot of times. If you write somebody a ticket, they don't have the means to make the repair. We don't want to pay them the court system either. So how about we find a solution? So those guys did a great job. Give it up for our building department for coming up with that. We're going to continue to improve communications. You see the cable channel is live streaming. It's available now. We're going to continue to find different media solutions and programming, where you want to get as far as a podcast, continue to find ways that share our information with our residents. I want to introduce me right now, bring up Dr. Ben Edmondson, Superintendent for Romulus Community Schools. It's been a pleasure to work with this guy since he came here to the city of Romulus. This guy shares my passion for this community, and he knows where we're at. He's not afraid to talk about it because he knows where we're going. So give him a round of applause real quick. It's important. It's more than important, it's imperative that we work closely with our schools and we have a great relationship, because we can be a great asset to them, but we're only going to grow as far as they go. So that being said, I will yield you the clicker, sir.
No microphone?
Oh, see, we got you. We got you.
Let's see if this even works. Good evening, everybody.
I guess I'll work the clicker again this year.
Can you hear?
No.
Can you hear? Can you hear? No.
This one works.
So does this one. I love working with the mayor. Give him a hand, please. I love working with these guys. Now, I would be remiss. I had my notes and everything, and of course, I left them. So I'm going on. You scared me with that hour thing. I was like, oh, you know, I can take an hour. But listen, I would be remiss if I didn't introduce my board president, who is here, Portia Laster. She was omitted by accident, certainly. We have our new treasurer, board trustee, Miss Monifa Kamal there too. Please, there she is. Thank you. My administrative assistant too, she's there, Eve Camilleri. And then I'll go into our little presentation real fast. Again, I appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much. I hope that you would like our accommodations. If you go throughout the community, in Romulus Community Schools, you will see that our buildings are in good shape. So thank you, Mayor, for giving me this opportunity. I'll try to take 10 minutes and run you through these quickly. Did you want me to?
I'll be your clicker.
We're working together, okay. A thriving city relies on a thriving school district, period. Doesn't matter where you are. Moving on. Just the Board of Education, we've already spoken about them. I would be remiss, I see some of my cabinet, if you can stand up. Mr. Brock, I see you. Sorry, HR Director, thank you. His administrative assistant. And I've already said my administrative assistant. So I'd like to move on. Before I get to this, we have some principals. I see 2 that are here. Could you just stand up, please? 3, I see 3. 1, Rish. 1, 2, 3. Thank you for coming. Oh, Mr. Parker, thank you for coming too. Thank you. All right, my philosophy is truth plus transparency yields trust. If you're truthful with people and you're transparent, no matter the answer. I was just talking to our elementary staff and our high school staff today. I'm always going to tell you the truth. The delivery is not always what people like. Just so we say, the delivery is not always what people like, but I'm going to be truthful with you. We're going to be transparent. There's no question that you can't answer, that I can't answer, and hopefully I gain your trust. Property value is directly correlated to your local public school. Communities must invest financially and in their knowledge and presence in the happenings of the district. So I want to make you aware of what we're doing here. This guy, this guy. This is the Romulus Community Schools brand. All of the brands, this is one brand. We're one school district, and we're called us. Everything we do, you see us. It means something to me. Tomorrow starts today is our phrase. These are a number of the organizations that we have in our schools. And in the middle is the most important, is our crest. Somus Omnis is Latin. It just means we are all Romulus, and we are all Romulus. Doesn't matter if you go to Summit, doesn't matter if you go to Metro, I don't care. You live here, we're all Romulus. Some of the things that are important to me, the promises that I make as the superintendent to the community looks like this. Make students the priority they are. Be consistent in whatever we do. Be responsible with taxpayer money. Never overspent, we're not going to. Do what we say. Commit to innovation. Collaborate with the City of Romulus leadership. We see the mayor here and my good buddy over here, the judge. It's great to see you too. Love working with them. Be visible and accessible. Tell the truth. Be transparent. Upkeep and update what you have. Impact lives. Set expectations for all. Market the RCS brand. Provide a compelling vision. Make leadership matter at every school. Evidence of positive morale and growth. Prioritize stability. Show examples of progress and be relevant in your own hometown. This is what I promise to this community. If you were to visit our schools, and many of you have not been there, but if you are a taxpayer, please know no matter what city you live in, the community schools are your schools. You have the right to use them. All you have to do is ask. Sometimes there's a fee depending on what, but otherwise you can use them. Our cafeteria, beautiful at the high school. These are things that we and you have invested in with me as the superintendent and with our school board. This is our weight room, beautiful. We have a women's self-defense program for our girls, boxing bags and the bobs over there, those little body bags. Our new football field held at the middle school stadium, which includes the track. This is our media center at the middle school, media center. Now, before I go into this, I just want you to know that we have nice facilities here. I don't know if we're doing a good enough job to you in the community to understand. We are working as hard as we possibly can and fiscally responsible and responsive to your needs to make certain that our kids and you as taxpayers have exactly what you need and the pride that go along with them. Enrollment, we've been pretty steady. When most school districts are losing a lot of kids. At one point, Romulus was hemorrhaging kids. I'm hoping that that's over. We're working really hard to make sure that we can stay consistent and stabilize our numbers. 2024, we've lost a total of 15 students, the sum of 15 this year. I projected over 100 lost, so we only had 15, so I feel very good about that. It's a good trend. Moving right along with people, and as I say, be trust and transparency. Excuse me, truth plus transparency equals truth.
There you go.
This is right here, if you look at that, that's March 31st, 2025. That's the ethnicity in our district. As we know, the city is 50-50 in terms of race, black and white, but our schools heavily tilted at 72% African American, 18% Caucasian. This can be somewhat troubling, but it's also somewhat, it's honest about where we are, where we need to go. Okay, where we need to go. We've got to educate kids, and everybody cannot run to another school district. Charity starts at the home. You start here and let us educate your kids. This is the state test in every school district, the state test in every Michigan school. It's called the M-STEP, grades 3 through 7. You see where we are? The reason that we put these particular schools here in the county, the reason we put them there is that this is where we're losing kids. Families are choosing to leave our school district to go to these. So we just wanted to see how they're doing as well and some of the work that we have to do. Some of this, as the mayor said, I really appreciate your truthfulness when you said some of this and you had to picture the tongues. It's hard to stomach. But I love working with this man because we're both honest with one another about how we can work collaboratively to make a change in this community. Though I'm not from here, I'm from New Jersey, I love Romulus. And I love my story in Romulus, so I'm very thankful to
Give up for that.
Thanks, Mayor. M-STEP and math, 3rd through 7th grade. Okay, again, we have to educate whoever comes in. You don't get to pick and choose who you get, but you don't get to say to a family, when they leave, they leave. That's the hard thing. Oftentimes when people leave, they don't come back. I talk about it like relationships. Sometimes you bust up in a relationship, you never come back to it. Our job, and I need you all to know this, for the 2,042 students that we educate, there are 1,900 children in Romulus that choose to leave Romulus Community Schools. We have an opportunity to capture, if we just capture 10% back, that's my goal. That is what drives me, to bring families back to believe that this is the place to educate their children. And I'm going to work my hardest with my team to do that. Last one, I believe this is the last one. SAT, among the worst. That drives me. This drives me. This, as I say, the school board pays me to work 24/7. They pay me to lose sleep. And I do. The last 2 days I've lost sleep over his presentation. I don't get that. Why am I losing sleep over your presentation? But I did, and I told him about that. That's a great thing because I feel connected to this man, and I feel like if I fail, I failed him too. Really interesting how our parents perceive our school district. You saw some of the data, but if you see how our parents perceive our school district. Now, mind you, these aren't parents that left the school district. These are parents that are in our school district who are still believing in the work that we do. Hello, Ms. Marino, good to see you too. Good to see you back there. But you can see I'm not going to go into all of it. I'll take another time because you are going to hear from me about what that means. Some of the great things that we have done in this school district. I'm not going to read them because he told me my time is nearly up, so I got about a minute. These are the things that we have done. There's more work to do. I put this on there because this holds me accountable, but this also holds you accountable. I can't do it by myself. Right, Brian? That's the judge, I'm sorry, with respect. Honorable judge. We talk about that. He's on my side. He works with me. We meet. This guy is doing an excellent job working with our school district and has been so open and honest with me. We know that we have work to do. I believe the three of us and our teams are working together with my Board of Education and my team. I think we're headed in the right direction. But I will say this to you. Parent engagement, it's a problem. It's a problem. But yet the parents said that they feel very involved. But we have some issues with parent engagement. We're going to work on that. Student chronic absences. Okay, we have a percentage of students, a large percentage of students that miss in chronic absences, missing more than 10% of the year. You have 180 days of school. We have a number of students that have missed more than 18 already. How do you get a job if you miss 18 days already? Everything you do as a high school student, you're practicing to be that kind of adult. Learned helplessness. That's when kids say, I need help, or they don't want to work hard to find the answer. So they keep saying, give me help, and then the teacher gives you the answer. That's learned helplessness. Instead of telling you to grind it out, let's figure this out, let's work together. Student grit, toughening it out. Toughing it out is just not about academics because it permeates even into sports. When I see sports, sometimes I say when it's a close match, our kids fold. We got to teach them about grit and what it means to hang in there. Even if you lose, you fight hard. And the last thing is academic achievement. One of the things that we are working on as a school district and our team. So I think that concludes my, well, of course I wanted to put this because this was I laugh at it. I'm like, it was a stupid dodgeball game. But it made $9,000 for kids. And I couldn't be more proud. I couldn't be more proud to team up with the city here. This guy here, normally I call him something else, but he is our mayor. But this guy here, he supported us. You see us there, you see the city here, see our school board president and our students and that student whose parent works for the city. We have really embraced not only his One Romulus, but our us. Together we are One Romulus and we're us. If I could drop the mic, I would, but it might cost me some money here. And I gotta be honest with the taxpayers, that's right. There is no vision. And that's us. There's no vision without you. And these are the pictures. One Romulus. This is all of us working together. Thank you so much for your time. Please feel free to come in at our schools, which are your schools. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Appreciate you, man.
No comments on that graffiti you found?
No, I didn't want to put that up, man. You know, this guy owes us money. He's put. Oh, okay. I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to be quiet. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Like I said, I love the passion for our community, and that's a common theme we hear a lot. We bring in employees who don't live here, didn't raise here. Once they're around Romulus and they understand it, they love Romulus. We grow on people for some reason. I don't know what it is, but it's the Romulus effect. Why we're on Romulus schools, I want to introduce somebody to you that I graduated with way back in the 80s. Brigadier General Frederick A. Hockett. Please rise, sir. You mind coming on up? Come on, sir. We started something new here a few years ago, and I want to explain a little bit about the Mayor's Ambassador Award. The City of Romulus stands upon proud heritage and shared endeavor, enduring character, and the pursuit of excellence. Throughout many generations, our community's collective strength has thrived on integrity, leadership, and a commitment to supporting one another, qualities that elevate and inspire those around us. This celebration of this legacy is that we present the Mayor's Ambassador Award. This award is conferred upon individuals or organizations who embody the very essence of what it means to be a native of Romulus or hail from Romulus. Those who carry this community spirit beyond our city's boundaries and exhibit it with distinction and wider stages. Honorees showcase not only remarkable achievement in their reflective fields, but also profound dedication to service, ethics, and stewardship. Their leadership and tenacity is a testament to the values shaped and nurtured by this community. Recipients of the Mayor's Ambassador Award exemplify the highest ideals of citizenship, innovation, and moral fortitude. They stand as role models whose vision, determination, and compassion reflect the best of our city. Through their actions and accomplishments, these individuals, organizations serve as ambassadors of Romulus's enduring principles, proving that dedication to one's roots fosters meaningful growth and impact on a global scale. In bestowing the Mayor's Ambassador Award, the Mayor and the citizens of Romulus honor those contributions to radiate beyond our city limits. It is our hope that each laureate continues to inspire future generations to uphold and cherish these values: unwavering community spirit, exemplary leadership, and steadfast pursuit of excellence. As we recognize their achievements, we also celebrate the spirit of one Romulus, a beacon of unity and integrity that guides us all. I'd like to introduce to you Brigadier General Frederick Hockett. The reason it was relevant also is not only did he graduate with me back in the 80s, he was a product of the Romulus NJROTC program we had. So he used his opportunities at Romulus High School to continue his career and take it beyond this city, beyond this state, to a worldwide stage. And that's why we chose you this year to be the recipient of the Mayor's Ambassador Award. So thank you very much. Now we're going to give you some hardware. Brigadier General Fred Hockett's military career started in 1987 as Army Reserve infantryman in the 70th Training Division. He later transitioned into active duty to the 4th Infantry Division in Fort Carson, Colorado. After attending the United States Military Academy Prep School and the United States Military Academy at West Point, he was commissioned as a 2nd Lieutenant of Infantry. His current assignment is Deputy Commanding General, supported the U.S. Army Recruiting Command at Fort Knox, Kentucky. His military awards and decorations are commensurate with his rank, as he holds a Bachelor of Science degree from the United States Military Academy at West Point and a master's degree from Central Michigan University and the United States Army War College. Sir, congratulations on your award this year, and thank you for your service. He had no idea that was coming tonight. We tricked him and told him he had to do a speech.
You should make him do a speech anyway. Your mom said you had to make a speech.
Thank you all.
We're so proud.
Okay, so we talked about some of the challenges. We had the school come in and talk about some of their issues and challenges and the wins as well. Now we're going to get to the part of the ceremony where we start talking about how we focus on solving issues in this community, moving this community forward. First pillar that we had up was geographic advantage. Residents wanted us to focus on our geographic advantages and build this city and grow a tax base, improving the quality of life for everybody by using our geographic location. We have rail, we have I-94 with 275, the airport. Use those to our benefit. You see before and after with the Romulus Trade Center product of Wick and Vining. We talked about these things and what they're going to mean to our community by bringing jobs and tax base, and now we're starting to see what we talked about 3 years ago coming to fruition. This is all about promises that were made and promises that were kept. So already, the industry we have housed in the first 3 buildings that are up: consumer goods, automotive, e-commerce, packaging, food and beverages. We wanted to keep it a diverse book of business in Romulus because we all know what happened when all the automotive jobs left our communities. We want to make sure we bring back jobs, but bring jobs that are going to be diverse. You have companies like DTE, Seva Logistics, PackRat, Ernest, and Doco already housed over at Romulus Trade Center. Phase 1 is 100% complete, 92% occupied. 720 permanent jobs already at that site. Tax capture alone for Romulus schools in 2024 for phase 1 is over $1 million. That's the benefit to our school system. This right here, a lot of you longtime Romulus residents might recognize that this is the Kelsey Hayes site. If you haven't noticed, it's a revigoration of that site. There's more partnerships, so they want to grow that. You see proposed buildings here, proposed growth and development. They're doing work, and they already rebuilt the whole existing building, and they're working on growing that operation. The Motown Sports Group, they're over here today. They're still believing in their vision, and they share the vision to grow Romulus. We want to thank that group for coming out today. Hopefully we'll have some big announcements soon from that group. E-Cities Award. Romulus gone through process and streamlined process to make it easier to bring in development and grow, tax base and bring in jobs. And we've received this award before, but now we are honored East City's community, and that's one of only 5 in the state. So good job to the economic development team on receiving that award. As we continue to grow and seize opportunities, we talk about using the geographic advantage. How do we not talk about our hotel district? For a long time, it's been overlooked. It's a great economic engine in itself to help southeastern Michigan. We found out through working through Detroit that Detroit was losing big events like Final Four, the draft, because they didn't have enough hotel rooms. They'd lose these to Indiana or Texas constantly. So how don't we connect with our hotels, build them up, clean them up, and attract that for Detroit. So the hotel initiative began. We started really working with our hotel owners. Since 2021, we've had a 30% decrease in crime in that hotel district alone. So give it up for Romulus police officers. It's not just cracking down on crime in there. We also have hotel district meetings quarterly where we talk to the ownership of the hotels. What can we do to help bolster them up? We need to have hotels. We need to have hotels that are thriving over there. So it's important for us to hear what their concerns are as well. We focused on a roadway. If you've driven through there, you see the roadway is fenced up and boarded up. That site alone, you see RPD calls, over 700 calls for service for PD last year, 156 for fire. So you see the drain that has on our public service, also what it does to our community as far as bringing blight. So we got active and we closed them down. New ownership, they're going to demo that this year, and I think 2 new hotels are going to go in on that site. We're not stopping there. We're also cleaning up in the residential areas. And you see that the numbers are all up for ordinance and building enforcement throughout the community. From 2023 numbers to 2024, you see a significant increase. We're cleaning up areas. You see before and after on a couple of these. And 21 demos completed, and council approved 13 more demolitions of blighted structures the other night. So good work with City Council. New construction, Abbott Hotel on Middle Belt Road. Again, working to bolster that, the hotel district, also residential, we're focused on that. And also you see Sheets is the first one in Michigan. We talked about it last year, now it's up and running. Been a great community partner. And also Sheets number 2 on Middle Belt Road in Smith is coming out of the ground as well. The planning and building departments together, over $58 million of reinvestment in our community, 25 commercial industrial, 25 residential last year alone. Again, we want to keep bringing buildings here.
We took the holistic approach of drone implementation in the city of Romulus. We didn't want to do it just siloed into one specific department or another. We're seeing in a lot of other cities. We have our first cohort together. They're learning about the airspace, they're learning how to authorize flight within the airspace, and they're all going through the training together.
I believe that drones would assist us greatly with saving lives. If we're able to get a drone up in the sky and get eyes on the situation at hand, it could also potentially save an officer's life, it could potentially save another civilian. I am using the AirHub Portal app. It's very user-friendly. I've had no issues receiving confirmation of allowing me to fly to other parts of the city.
Timing for us is everything, and I feel like the drone will give us even faster information, and being able to deploy a drone ahead of us, we'll be able to see what's going on before we even get there, and that's something that's invaluable.
So the partnership with Airspace Link, the implementation of that first service model and opening up the airspace, whether it's Part 107 license or a recreational user, they can go to our website through the city of Romulus and get authorization to fly. And the last part for us moving forward was making sure that we had antennas in place and we were able to track real-time drone flights within the city, authorized or unauthorized. And we were able to take that data and we were going to be able to use that to leverage it for economic growth and future projects within the city of Romulus.
The drone initiative is key in this community. The drones are coming. We knew this in 2021. It's going to be more and more. We're going to get used to seeing these things. We talked about them last year as economic development and growth and opportunities, and also the green initiative. But now we're looking at also the issues that you'll be able to solve with public safety. Imagine PD getting eyes on a site, eyes on a scene before they arrive on scene. We've seen video in California where they called in as a gunman at a Dairy Queen, and as soon as they got the drone to get eyes on it, it was a lighter. So they de-escalated that right off the bat. Fire department being able to get eyes on scene. DPW being able to go through the woods and find a water main break. It's going to save us so much money in tax dollars. So we want to be ahead of the curve with the drone initiative, but we also want to make sure we're establishing rules and regulations and knowing that it's going to be flown safely in the city of Romulus and knowing who's doing what, where, when, and why. And 3 years ago, you couldn't fly a drone in the city of Romulus because it was grounded because of the airport. Kevin Cross and his team have been working diligently on it to lead Southeastern Michigan in the drone initiative and also bring that here in Romulus. And now you can fly in, I think it's 70% of the city right now. And we also have the antennas in place, so if somebody puts a drone in the air, we know who they are and what they're doing and where they're at. So it's been a great chance to watch the progress there. Here's right here, quick slide showing 1 to 6, the steps we had to take before we are fully operational with our drones, and we're right in the middle right now. Public safety, emergency medical dispatch, all team members now are EMD certified. That's significant. That's your first lifeline when you're in your worst state in life and you're calling for an emergency. That's your first lifeline. And now all of our dispatches are EMD certified. Fire department continues to train. This is a burning, somebody donated a structure for us to let us burn. We invited multiple communities in to come in and train and let them see a live fire. So our guys are always trying to work and become better at their craft so they can better serve you. We have 9 more of your first responders that become licensed paramedics in last year. So give them a round of applause for that. Another thing focusing on public safety is the flock cameras. You've seen them around the city. They've been a great success. What those are is license plate reading technology. Romulus, Van Buren, Taylor, Metro Airport, everybody has these on them now. So if somebody goes to Van Buren and they steal a car and it's reported, as soon as that car crosses into our borders, we know where it's at. And also in the airport. We've also used this for public safety as well because you've had people from dementia wander off from a home and they use the flock cameras to identify where they're at and where they're seen. So it's been a great asset to it. So we're going to continue to grow that program.
The flock system has been very beneficial as far as our investigations go when we do have hit and run accidents, trying to identify suspect vehicles. As far as just a simple vehicle description can give us opportunity to search the vehicle, the make, the model, the color. Often is very beneficial to us because then that kind of limits our suspect vehicle pile compared to being able to just look around and then trying to search those vehicles within a 36-mile square radius of the city.
A recent case that I had where the flock system was a hit and run where the suspect had fled the scene. Luckily, the victim was able to capture the license plate from the suspect vehicle. When I put the license plate into the flock system, it pinned the suspect vehicle in the area at the time of the crash, pinning the suspect to the crime.
There's a little bit from our first responders talking about the benefit of having that program here. We also have private industry now. Some of the hotels are also purchasing their own flock cameras and putting them on so our PD can see real time what's going on. Accreditation renewed. So Romulus was one of only 5 police departments to receive accreditation when they first received this award, and it's hard enough to win a championship. It's really hard to do it back-to-back. So give it up for Romulus Police Department for being reaccredited this year. Contribute to Chief Bonus and the work you're doing over there around the police department. Investing in our safety. You know, since I took office, we've worked with council, we've approved the budget. We're approving more positions for police officers this year and approved 8 additional police officer positions since 2022. So we're going to have 5 more on board in this year's budget too. So we'll continue to work down, double down on public safety. Excited about this. Last year we talked about the reinvestment in our police department. They're in a 100-year-old school. We really looked hard. We wanted to keep them in our downtown for a lot of reasons. And it fit a lot of narratives for grant programs. Unfortunately, we weren't successful in chasing down those grants. We had to find a financial source to build it. So we're going to rebuild a police department in a public safety building over near the hotel district in the middle of our city. And it will allow for quicker response time to all of our residents, not just one area of the city. So I'm excited about this. Our police officers have worked hard. They deserve an investment like this. I'm excited about what we're going to see here in the next couple of years with our public safety building. And it's going to be obviously for PD and then fire. And like I said, it's going to help with the response times to the north side of town. It's going to put increased presence for our fire department. So I'm excited about this initiative. Building community partnerships. Ashley Capper, we talk about relationships with developers, not just a one and done, put a shovel in the ground. They came back and they donated $100,000 to the City of Romulus Public Safety Foundation to put 2 new squad cars out on the road. So give it up for Ashley Capper. Anybody from Ashley here tonight? Giving back to the community, it's not just about enforcing laws and ordinances, it's also being part of the community. So again, here's some pictures of our Romulus police officers and first responders out there being a part of our community and giving back. Police and fire playing together. That's a pretty good picture right there. That don't happen often. The red and the blue right there together. But last year they competed in the Copper Cup and won the championship in 2024. So great job to our police and firefighters again for going out and representing the city around this year. Clean Sweep. This initiative started under Councilman Leroy Burcroft. That's how long ago we've been doing this. We grow it every year. We're going to continue to push this initiative as well. It's been a great response to get our residents out. The biggest crowd we saw last year. We're going to continue, so we hope that you're available on the 26th to come out to the rec and help be a part of this program to clean our city up. Just some of the corporate sponsorships we've had that help participate in that program. Neighborhood areas and corridors, the next pillar that they wanted us to focus on. DPW, the unsung heroes. These are the guys that are out there at 2 a.m. fixing your main breaks, making sure your roads are taken care of, doing all the work that nobody knows about. Here we are with additional training, making sure they're good with confined workspaces so they're safely doing their jobs. But they're the guys you don't hear about every day, but you use them every day. Last year we talked about grant money we received for sidewalk programs and what we're going to do with it. This year we're showing the award we won with it. So APWA 2024 Product of the Year was a sidewalk program that spanned throughout this community. We got $1 million to go into the neighborhoods, find the terrible sidewalks, replace them at no additional cost to our residents. Another SEMCOG and MDOT grant, 1.2 for the Wayne Road sidewalk. I see people out there using it all the time, but that was definitely needed. It keeps people out of the roadway and walking down Wayne Road. A $1.5 million grant we received too for legislative for lead service line program. We want to continue to make sure you have safe drinking water supply at your house. I also want to give a shout out to Wayne County. Since we started the Gateway to Michigan initiative, we've been able to have Wayne County partner with us, and they've had resurfaced several roads around the airport. Wayne Road, Merriman Road, Inkster Road, Middle Belt Road, Wayne and E-Course intersection, E-Course Road, Pennsylvania Road, Hannah Road, and Eureka Road. So thank you, Wayne County, for doing the issues and taking care of those issues for us. Special thank you. This is unprecedented in the city of Romulus, so I want to acknowledge Senator Camilleri. I know he's here. Where'd he go? Please stand up. Where'd he go? Did he already take off? Had to go? Okay, also Representative Reggie Miller, she here? Or Dylan Wagella, they were busy. Anyhow, they were secured for the city of Romulus a $7 million award. $1 million of that's going to go into the Public Safety Building Initiative. The other $6 million is going directly into this.
The roads are in terrible shape, specifically our neighborhood streets. We know cold patch doesn't work. There's nothing more frustrating than cold patch because we know we're going to put it out in the fall and the snow and the rain's going to push it back out and then we're going to clean it back up. It's a complete waste of time.
I'm excited that this year we're going to roll out Project R Streets into our neighborhood streets. It's a $6 million investment at no additional cost to our taxpayers. And as somebody that's worked on the back of a cold patch truck before, I'm telling you, that is a complete waste of our tax dollars. But the way this is structured right now with the Act 51, that's all we can do. So it's so exciting to have that $6 million. Thank you to our legislators for finding out who we were in Romulus and telling our story in Lansing and securing those funds. I'm looking forward to seeing Roberto and the team go to work in our neighborhood streets. That's $6 million just in our neighborhood streets. And that's being divided evenly between all 4 quadrants. So we're putting about 1.2 to 1.3 in every quadrant where the PASER ratings are the worst. Just an additional look ahead. I mean, you guys have seen them as much as I have. I get a call on a weekly basis asking me to drive down these streets. I drive down them all the time, and it aggravates me, but this is a problem, and we're going to continue to work to find solutions for it. This road right here, you see, that's a 15-year road. That's a concrete issue. That's not a truck issue. That's not a use issue. That was a mix issue. But by the time they found out what was wrong with that concrete, it's too late. The concrete was everywhere. So it set us back, and we're working to solve that. This is the Pacer rating, how we score our roads. 1 being a failed road, 10 being a completely brand new refinished road. So you see here the yard, we watch this every year to see where we're at. We bottomed out around 2021, and we're continuing to, it's nowhere near where we want to be, but it's continuing to rise. We're at a 4.68, which is a huge upswing considering where we were, and that's going to become because of Project Artistries. And then if you see the combined Pacer rating, 2026 we're projected to be around 5, so it's headed in the right direction. Nowhere near done yet, and we're not going to rest until we get it up higher. 8, 9 is where we want to be. Infrastructure investment by TIFA. So we've heard for years about TIFA, the TIFA capture, and nobody really understood what it was. So we went to work to find out what can we do with TIFA to most benefit the residents of this community. And we've challenged TIFA up with significant infrastructure projects, and they've been up to the task. So it's been exciting to work with that commission and that board as far as moving things forward. So North Line Road resurfacing, $1.9 million investment. That was done last year by our TIFA. Smith Road water main, everybody knows Smith Road between Merriman and Millville is a failed road. We got to rebuild it, but before we rebuild it, let's take care of the water main so we can widen that road and do it right. So stay tuned on more development on Smith Road, but that was, thank you to our TIFA for working on that one. Also continued investment, working on our RAC and supporting our RAC. You see the infrastructure that they've approved there. There's a building that they built behind the DPW to house our equipment to get it out of the weather. Also, if you notice behind the RAC, a solar field's going in, and they're going to invest in that to help offset the cost and the energy cost of using the RAC. Wait, let me go back. Who do we have here from TIFA? Carol, please stand up, give her a hand, because this is a new initiative. Who else from TIFA here? Anybody else? Along as well. So thank you for being creative and supporting the initiative and the vision and sharing what we can do to best utilize those dollars that are captured by TIFA to benefit the residents of this community. So thank you for thinking outside the box. Another big challenge we have right here, reinvigorating our downtown district. And I'm excited about a lot of the progress we're going to have down there.
City of Romulus is looking to bring new life to its historic downtown.
Like many other communities, the pandemic hit businesses hard, forcing some to close their doors for good. Our Pamela Osborne spoke with the mayor tonight about his vision for the city. And Pam, he also addressed how the city is moving to help future business owners as well.
Yeah, so if you've driven down this stretch of Goddard Road, you may notice more than one storefront is empty here. Well, the Downtown Development Authority, they're looking to change all of that. They're purchasing some of these vacant properties, fixing them up, and then renting them out to businesses, business owners who would like to get a little bit bigger. So this is the area that you have a vision for.
This is it. This is welcome to downtown, historic downtown Romulus.
Mayor Robert McCraight sees opportunity where others see vacancies.
The city made an investment, about 15 years ago to reinvest, put in all new infrastructure, brick pavers, road work.
The construction process slowed some businesses to a stop. Then the pandemic hit. Many others shuttered.
When I first moved in, every storefront out here was filled.
Just a few minutes down the road, we met Art Herber at the Artisan Reserve Inc., one of his favorite craft breweries.
Through, one economic downtown turn after another, businesses just started going away.
He sees the possibilities, and so does Brian Bush.
Romulus is open for business. And the town's great, the community's great, the people are great.
Bush and his mentor, Richard Casaba, were able to turn their passion for brewing into a brick-and-mortar business by leasing a space from the city. When he looks outside, he sees endless possibilities.
Oh, sky's the limit.
City leaders are hoping to bring more incubator businesses like Artisan Reserve to town, and they're finding federal dollars to help bring life and people back. And again, using some grant money to make sure this happens. Later this summer, they're going to be hosting a job fair for some of these incubator businesses. So if you have an idea, something that you're interested in getting started, you can certainly take that there and pitch it to the city and see what they like. We've been talking to people who've been down here today. A lot of them like to say they'd like to see a restaurant, maybe some place to shop. So plenty of opportunities available. We'll let you know just as soon as they announce a date for that. Reporting live tonight in Romulus, I'm Pamela Osborne, Local 4.
So that was 2022, and you've seen how we had one car drive by. When I was a kid growing up around here, you couldn't even cross that street. We've had residents come to council meetings and say, Romulus is dead as disco, Romulus is dead as Elvis. You know what, that challenge accepted. Game on, let's see what we can get done down there, and that's what we went to work. Right now, we've had more small businesses open in our downtown we've had in the last 20 years. Marveline's Bake Shop. Dave's been down there for a long time, same as Fluff Puff, but Polka Dots is brand new. Clean to the Bone has been working well. Captain Nemo's reinvested. Universal Martial Art and the Greco team. Bubby's Pizza's getting ready to full-time open tomorrow, the ribbon cutting, correct? Artisan Reserve, they're expanding their business. So now we're seeing new opportunities in our downtown. We want to continue to work and support them. And we did that by pushing out absentee landlords who didn't share our vision. If you don't share our vision, you don't want to come along this journey with us, we're going to find ways to get you out of there. And we brought in new people, we brought in new opportunities, we brought in new businesses. Kevin and the Comdale team worked on the Small Business Award grants, $80,000 award to small businesses to help them bolster, and I've seen it all work so far. So a lot of momentum in our downtown. Here we got Billy Toner and family out there. Where you at, Billy? Thank you for sharing the vision. Brian Caponimo is the new owner. Used his grant to expand his kitchen, expand his service and his hours. Got a picture here of Haley showing him how to run a grill. Brian's got a grill in there now he's cooking at AR. It's a great story there. So he's doing a great job. I sampled them last week. They're open for business. It was packed. Where he had in that interview in 2022, one person sitting in there. That place was packed on Friday night. People were walking out because they couldn't find a table. So there's momentum down there. Dave's Barbershop, I don't know if you can tell, she used her grant to reinvigorate the front here. Live edge wood, live oak, new sinks and countertops and plumbing. It was all dated out to date. So she did a facelift inside. Polka dots. What I love about the polka dots is you have, are any of the Kuderik boys here? I know they're outside cooking. They had a vision over there to bring in entrepreneurs. So they have about 80 entrepreneurs working on the polka dots. 20 of them are Romulus residents who are selling their wares there. So if you haven't had a chance to go check it out, they got some really cool stuff over there. But thank you for sharing the vision, boys. Here we have the Greco Martial Arts Studio. You see the kids in there doing it. They did the facelift and they did that work all on their own. We supported them later in the game with the grant to help them take care of some things, but that was their own initiative, their own dollars they got in there with. Marveline's is open. They were out there for a little sample in the hallway. Go check them out. Bubby's Pizza, the ribbon cutting's tomorrow, grand opening. So happy to see that. Sampled all their food. It's been fabulous so far. It's nice to have people who share our vision and invest in our downtown, but if we don't aggressively shop local, there won't be a local, you guys. We got to understand that. We got to support our own. The dollars spent in this community stay in this community. If we travel outside of our borders, we spend it in franchises. These little guys don't stand a chance. They're going to close up as fast as they open up, so make sure you support local. The nest, we put that in the old DDA building downtown. And she's been working on business support. So not only did we give you floor spaces and grant money, we also lended you technical support and business advice. You might be good at doing your skilled trade, but you might not be good at business. So this is a good support mechanism. 43 small business owners have participated in different workshops she's had to support them and help them grow. So that's a great program as well. A lot of momentum there. And we had to continue to focus on placemaking. Where can you take your family? Where can you have a good time? Why do you want to come to downtown Romulus? And you see how we continue with the sounds in our district. The Turkey Trot's the biggest crowd we've ever had yet. That's a Romulus specific event. And the kids are out there having fun as a parade of lights. So we want to continue to work on places to come and hang out in our downtown. Eagle Alley, we'll do a ribbon cutting this year, but you can see that. Took an old building that was blighted, tore it down, turned it into a little pocket park. So I'm excited about that. Jerry's always in that downtown doing work, so. Thank you. I think Jen's got him sleeping there or something. I don't know.
That's fun.
Great. Yeah, give Jerry a round of applause, you guys. Great work he's doing. You know, when we put Jerry in that position, a lot of people thought, oh, what does Jerry know about DDA? Well, we can teach him all that stuff. What you can't teach is passion, drive, and integrity, and character, and that's what he's got in spades, and that's why he's winning. Great job, Jerry. We told him to do bigger and better, so more movies come into our downtown, the better bands that sounds in the art district, so I'm excited about that. Because of the investment we have down there, the opportunities in the traffic, the things you're seeing, now you're starting to see people come to Romulus who aren't brought here by us and go, hey, there's an opportunity here for me to make a buck. So Nagy's opened downtown in an abandoned building, and they're a Romulus resident that had a floor space somewhere else, and he brought that back to Romulus. So he saw the opportunity at home, and they brought it home. So thank you to Nagy's for doing that. Also, we've seen outside investors the old barbershop next to Artisan Reserve and the other vacant building that's been blighted for years. They bought it, they rebuilt it, and they're trying to lease them out right now. But they're both in great shape now. The next pillar we had is thriving families. People wanted to have things to do for their families. Hats off to the treasurer's office. Where's Stacy at? Stacy Page, city treasurer. We finally got a contractor on board to take care of restoring our Veterans Monument. and her team did an awesome job jumping in and taking lead on that, organizing, cataloging the bricks, making sure the families got the old bricks. They've done a great job. Give them another round of applause for doing the work they've done. Clerk's office, working on the Juneteenth events, to be a bigger and better one this year. They've done a great job with that event. Also the Community Shred Day, they've expanded that, better service to our residents. A little bit of the work that they do in the clerk's office, you can see right here. You know, we're going to get into all the data on this, but you see 3 elections in 1 year, and we didn't hear one issue coming out of Romulus. We heard other people on the news, but Romulus, hats off to the clerk's office. Great job, you guys, for running the election. And also the curveballs with the early voting sites. We had a great job, a great experience in Romulus. You guys did an awesome job on that, so well done to our clerk's office and that team. Senior Center, we all know Rose loves to do a great job over there, but quick numbers for them. 43,000 meals served in 2024 alone. Over 4,000 seniors served through public partnerships. Additional recreational opportunities for our veteran, or for our senior citizens, getting them out on field trips. We've got reinvestment in fleets, so the Meals on Wheels van is brand new. Also the truck for short services. They're doing great work out there and taking care of our seniors as well. So great job, Rose. We also want to focus on our youth, reinvigorating parks and recreation. You're going to see an additional initiative there with our parks, making sure we're pushing forward. I want to thank our State Representative Jim DeSaner for showing up. Jim, I seen sneak in the back. Thank you for all the work and coming out to Romulus. Appreciate it. Key initiative is have something for our kids to do. Parks were closed. We all know the story. Our youth sports went away. We had to create additional opportunities. And Colleen McCraight, I think she took off because she had to go ref a game tonight. But anyways, that's how dedicated she is to the kids in the park. But anyway, she's doing an awesome job building those programs and bringing them back out. Continued park improvements, Jimmy Raspberry Park, that was abandoned and closed for the longest time. We're reinvigorating that, put some new equipment there. Also, Elmer Johnson getting a new swing set. You've seen the work at Marianne Banks Park. It's all been rebuilt out there, but we're also adding this playground equipment. Council approved that the other night, so we look forward to seeing the kids play on that. How about our Flyers, our Romulus Flyers? They had 2 championship games at Romulus. And thank you to former Commissioner Al Haydes for a $10,000 grant he got that went right to our Flyers to support our youth sport programs. Thriving family, new faces you're going to see around the police. You know, the police department has a bunch of new hires. We want to make sure you saw the faces you're going to see around your community. New faces at recreation, library, finance, animal control, economic development, technology services, all new faces, all part of the Romulus team. Building department, senior center, ordinance. You see where we're going here. We just want to introduce you and get a face on these new people you're going to see around the community serving you. So, did you get your picture, Stacy? All right. Make the work you're doing today better than the work you did yesterday. It's all about sharpening that sword and continually working to improve process, right? Disc training for all of our leaders right now. We want to make sure, for those who don't know, I'll be quick about it. It's a quick training that identifies your personality, your strengths and your weaknesses, but it's a great communication tool. You know, you can use this to understand why somebody does a certain thing or acts a certain way, and it's going to be a stronger team builder and help our leaders grow. John Maxwell, we're putting this out to staff to try to read this, developing the leader within you. So we continue to give them tools to elevate. HR, got to give them some love. They're always down there pinching the numbers and working on things. We've increased staff, maintained savings, and reduced costs in our health care. And so they've been able to creatively find programs. This was $100,000 savings in our pre-65 retiree health care. That's important because it makes it more sustainable. If we don't do something with these programs and adjust them, last year alone, health care to the city went up 25%. That's not sustainable. We can't keep doing that. So if they don't continue to find creative solutions like this, we're going to be in a situation where we can't fund those programs. So thank you, HR, for finding creative ways. Give them a round of applause, you guys. We have commitments to our retirees, and we got to honor that. We got to take care of people. So it's important to find ways to make them sustainable. Definitely not last in the program, but if we weren't good stewards of your tax dollars, we'd be in trouble. So once again, we presented to council another balance. That's 4th balanced budget in a row. All the experts say you should maintain a fund balance around 20 to 25%. We're there. We've increased spending in frontline vehicles, public safety, and also parks and recreation, but it's still a very bare bones budget, needs over wants, but those are all critical things that we need to invest in for our community. So, and we still maintain a AA- bond rating. So, future workforce is important to our residents as well. We want to work with them. I don't know who found this picture, but they sent this to me. This is actually at the 34th District Court site, and I was a Cub Scout back when they were building that breaking ground, playing things. You kind of see my brother's right here, but we don't need to see him, we just shade him out. And for those who know Midge Pribilla, she's our dead mother. That's Midge Pribilla back in the day, so. We took our high schoolers over to the Regional Carpenter Center to show them some of the trades that they could, and the experience they could have in the building trades. Also, we visited junior high in the STEAM program, and we've also started working with the schools to have RHS interns and to use us as a resource to put them into different job situations. So we're going to continue to provide experiences like that for our students. Promises made, promises kept. I'm not going to read that, but we pulled that out when I ran for office in 2021. And we worked on these things, and we focused on, we stayed true on integrity, public safety, jobs and opportunity, fighting blight, welcoming community, financial security, focusing on our seniors, focus on recreation, our Romulus schools, and our roads, and they're all going to continue to be important priorities for this administration. This right here, getting close to the end, so bear with me here. There's some things I need to hit on a personal level. This is a photograph down the 7 Mile Bridge. If you've ever been to Key West, this is Key West. This is what Key West looks like riding into a hurricane. So last year I took a journey on the Hoka Motorcycle Challenge. A lot of you know what that is, a lot of you support it, but a lot of you might not know. So real quick, what that was, it's the toughest motorcycle challenge in the United States. 10,000 miles in 10 days. We leave from Key West, Florida, we ride to Homer, Alaska. No digital navigation, no sleeping indoors, no highways. This part right here ended the journey for a lot of people right there, but we saw that, and I thought this was a great metaphor. I didn't know the picture I captured when I captured it, for how my administration looks at an issue. That's a problem. I'm committed to fixing it. I'm going to take that on. And that's the team you got working for you right now with my administration, and I can't do anything without them, so give them a round of applause. So this is the Hoka logo from last year. Chikni Geli is Lakota for thank you. And so I want to thank all those people who helped support us last year in the journey. The goal was to accomplish this in 14 days. It's about 1,000 miles a day. So 14 days would have been good for me. And we wanted to raise $14,000 to donate to our combat veterans. We were able to do it in 13 days and also raise over $23,000 for our combat veterans. So thank you.